one game away. Blow up. We're playing for something, man. We're playing for something. It's gotta mean something to you. It gotta mean something. Everything you got. Let's finish this.
Do it, fellas.
Let's go.
Let's do it, fellas.
Finish 2-3. 1, 2, 3. Finish.
You view this season as a failure?
Oh my God. Okay, because I'm not that up. You asked me the same question last year, Eric. Okay. Do you get the promotion every year on your job? No, right? So every year you work is a failure. Yes or no? No. Every year you work towards something, towards a goal, right? Which is to get a promotion, to be able to take care of your family, to be able, provide the house for them or take care of your parents. You work towards a goal. It's not a failure. It's steps to success.
You ready to make history? Come on now. Yeah. You know, there's these two words. And when I say them, people get goosebumps cause they know what happens next. So without further ado,
Free smoke.
look. Scared cause I'm drowning in silence with bad thoughts. These days I don't have nothing to say, man, the bag talks. I put in headphones on my driver. Pull up to the spot and give a good dick and Godiva. I can't lie, I'm uninspired. No more pillow talking about nonsense. I only stick around to put some band-aids on my conscience. I don't know why I feel so bad, nigga. That's what we do, no foundation. We don't build no more, we just screw. Half a bottle of Henny, girl, I'm going with the wind. The same niggas say they happy for me, ain't want me to win. So I'm done on my friends. Don't need help popping Coronas and reminiscing. I just call up Big Bro J and say it's time for venting. If I live forever, I hold this hate for some centuries. You don't know how much or how you doing what it meant to me, but motherfuck all that. I don't even offer up the time to make the call back. Stupid Lodo, if they don't get the picture now, man, I crop them out of the photo. I can't relate to my peers. Been doing this shit for years. I'm motivated by fears. I took the wheel and I steer. My sound not dictated by fuck boys in Atlanta. Stay gifted like this album was ghost written by Santa Bars forever, like they decided to throw me under slammer. Every song's a hit like they picture me underhanders. I could drop 1,000,000 songs, but they never gon' understand us. Soapbox sermons for niggas never giving chances. Fight our whole lives to get these weak ass advances. Work twice as hard for the shit that they getting handed. And this ain't even nothing we chose, nigga, we branded. Still can't tell why all of these niggas mad at me. I'm trying to get 100 so I can put my team on salary. Give it all to the art, man, I turn my life to a gallery. Man, damn, what a fucked up masterpiece. 1,100 shots and I swear, man, I felt them all. If we ain't even good on our block, man, who can we call? Pre-decline state of mind, we broke crabs in the barrel. Got us fighting our folk, man, this shit just a life of peril.
Cashing in, say, the way Liv did, well, that's like winning the lottery, isn't it? And I don't need to win the lottery because I work my ass off every week for a paycheck.
Yo, it's week 4, bro. Week 4 is a month. Yo, I saw somebody say the other day, I was at work, I was leaving work, and I had stopped to get me something to eat. And I don't know why I stopped at this chicken spot, bro, because it was so crowded. And it's not like one of them, it's a chicken spot where you can go and sit down in there and eat. But this one of them spots where like the lobby is packed out with like 4 people sitting down eating. Everybody else is trying to get that thing to go. And everybody else is in the drive-through line that's damn near in the street. So, very interesting time. But I stopped to get me a 3-piece chicken, you know what I'm saying? Give me 2 thighs, a leg, some mashed potatoes, probably some rice or some corn. Somebody gonna be like, bro, that's too starches. Bro, mind your business, bro. Mind your business. I was thinking about making me some meatloaf tonight, but then I changed my mind. I think I'm gonna make me some spaghetti in like 2 days. I don't know. I gotta make a big portion of food, because the way I eat right now, I be devouring shit because I'm trying to up my weight. And while I'm upping my weight, I gotta eat more. And so I'm probably gonna make me a big ass thing of spaghetti, and I'm gonna eat it over the next 2 days. But that's probably gonna be a Sunday, Saturday. I was thinking about that when I was in my truck today. I was like, man, I wonder if I'm what I'm gonna eat on the weekend. I've been planning out what I'm gonna eat. That's probably why I need to go to some type of meal prep. But I'm not paying that money for that shit. I was in the store today and I was gonna get me some grilled chicken. And then I changed my mind. Well, I was gonna give me some chicken and then, you know, use it and make grilled chicken. But then I saw this woman making meal preps, and it wasn't something I purposely looked up. I just happened to run into a video of this woman preparing grilled chicken, and that shit looked good as hell. So I'm going to the store and getting me some grilled chicken. I mean, some chicken tomorrow. But listen, I was in the I can't even remember what I was talking about because I done got lost in the food talk. I was in this chicken spot the other day. I can't even remember the story I was telling y'all, bro, because my mind is not consumed with food. It's funny how that works. Give me a minute. I'm gonna try to think about what I was talking about. Hold up. I'm not even gonna cut the video and like stop, see what I was talking about. I'm not even gonna do that. That's ignorant. You get this thing going all the way through. Most of the time, if I ain't got like an interruption while I'm recording. But listen, we got to talk about football. Week 4. Before we get into week 4, though, I do got to say something. Well, I ain't got to say nothing. We got to talk about this trade that just happened. Dame Lillard was traded to, and I know, listen, to all my football fans out there, to the people who watch this channel and you don't like basketball, like you don't want me talking about basketball, listen. I never talk about basketball throughout the football season. So in times like this, you just going to have to bear with me. I'm not finna wait till basketball season for me, which is the All-Star break, to talk about the trade, bro. That's crazy. Plus, I didn't even talk about it as soon as the news broke. I was so tired. But listen, I love the trade. I really do. Giannis, I think the best teammate Giannis could have had was Curry. Second best teammate he could have had to me was Dame Lillard. Now, I probably could do a bit of deeper thinking on that, but I don't want to. I think Dame would have been the second best option. And I'm glad Dame. Now, what I will point out, and I'm going to probably make a video about this specifically to expand on it more. I do find it interesting. While Portland did send Dame to, in my opinion, the best spot as far as a chance to win a championship because you playing with Giannis. I do understand those people who say, man, it's effed up that they sent him to Portland. He wanted to go to, it's effed up that they sent him to Milwaukee. The loyalty he showed, all he did for Portland. They couldn't send him to Miami like he wanted to. I feel like that's on Miami. I don't know what Miami could have possibly offered. Well, like I said, I'll get into all that in the video I make for it. But what I will say is this. Y'all should have known loyalty didn't mean a damn thing before. I don't know why y'all wait till players do stuff or stuff happen to players to understand loyalty don't exist. But we've been shown for the throughout the entirety of the NBA and sports history, there's no such thing as loyalty. People who get praised for loyalty, I'm not going to hate on it, but that's not a real thing in sports. You could say it is. Well, let me say it like this. It can be loyalty as far as fans. It cannot be loyalty as far as like players and owners and stuff and GMs and coaches, because the job is an ever moving job, bro. It's like how everybody fucking each other in Hollywood, like everybody fucking the same person on rotation in Hollywood. They just passing each other to the next person. And that go for the men and women. It's kind of like in the NFL. Most of these dudes is going to be playing for like 4, 5, 6 different teams. So you're going to be having the same employer, different employers who work with this dude. So, you know what I'm saying? You don't really, I understand it. It can't be a loyalty in a sense of, it's plus, and to be completely honest with you, one of the biggest reasons I tell y'all all the time that there's no such thing as loyalty in sports is because in a competitive, when you're dealing in a competitive environment like professional sports, bro, where everybody trying to win, everybody trying to use every advantage to get to the top, loyalty is a hindrance. Loyalty can stop you from winning. Loyalty can stop you from achieving the goals that you set out for yourself. And then, here's the biggest thing. Loyalty is really selfishness in sports, but people disguise it. They won't tell you that. To be loyal is to be selfish for the team. The team, when they say, "Oh, be loyal," they saying really put us first. Be selfish for us. You know, treat us like the end all be all. Don't do anything for yourself. Take pay cuts for us. You know, show up to practice on time and miss days, take days out of your schedule that you could have had as free time for us. When they say be loyal, they don't really mean like be loyal as in like always have something. No. They mean like be a slave to the organization. Be a slave to this fan base. That's what loyalty is. And so I don't believe in loyalty in sports because loyalty I done seen cost too many great players opportunities to win. And one of my things that I hated about Dame the most, and well, the only thing that I hate about Dame is this persistence to get on these shows and talk and define and to try to excuse his losing as, oh, I don't subscribe to ring culture. I would never do what Kevin Durant did. Like, bro, all I hear is a loser making excuses as to why he's satisfied with losing. That's just how my mentality. And that's no disrespect to Dame Lillard. I love Dame Lillard, the player. That's no disrespect to him. But the competitor that I am, when I see how the NBA has been, see, that's my thing. When you don't adapt, when you just choose not to evolve and not to adapt based off of what's happening in your surroundings, that's on you. It'd be a completely different story if no team in the league was considered super teams, if every team had just one superstar. But the league really has never been that. So for Dame Lillard to sit around all these years and think to himself he can win in Portland, it's going to get better in Portland, when Portland done shown you they're not going to go out of their way to go get superstars. They done shown you they don't know how to put a championship team together. They done shown you that they will not be a part of these big time trades to land a superstar, and they're not a trade destination. But sure, keep sitting there talking about loyalty and doing it this way and doing it that way when the Celtics won a championship by getting a lot of dudes together. The Warriors had KD come over even though they won before that. Miami, Cleveland. It's so many. Bro, you could really go down throughout if we talking about teams with multiple superstars. Like Dame didn't even have another superstar on his team, but this man sitting around talking about he want to do it this way. And I always told you, it's funny, the grind. Y'all boys running from the grind. I remember when he told PG and them boys that. Now, hey, and I'm not telling you that Dame running from the grind, but that's a real funny choice of words, isn't it? Because Dame don't want to be in Portland because it don't give him an opportunity to win anymore, even though I could argue it haven't given him an opportunity to win in years. But if I'm PG, I'm like, who running from the grind now? Now, granted, it's a great situation for Dame because he was a player who don't get hurt all the time, unlike Paul George. If Paul George could go back, I do think he could have sat down and thought a little bit longer. But you never knew that that Kawhi would be hurt as much as he is. Because I think in an alternate reality, if Paul George played for a team with a superstar who wasn't always hurt, he wouldn't always be hurt. I really think it's a trickle-down effect with this Kawhi thing. But that's just my thoughts. But I'm just saying, this excuse that Dame used to make for losing and all that, I don't want to hear none of that shit no more. Because now I don't care if you wanted, for one, you wanted to go to Miami, a team that had just been in the finals. Y'all like to disguise this KD hatred as, oh, he went to a team that just lost in the finals, that just beat him. Who gives a fuck? Dame was about to go to a team that lost in the finals. Not to mention, he with a team that just won recently in the finals over the last, 5 years. Not to mention, he going to the best player in the NBA. This looked like a KD situation to me. The only difference is KD chose to go there because he actually was a free agent. Dame Lillard forced his way there. Now, I'm not hating on Dame and nothing like that, but I'm just trying to put in context how this man be hating on KD and hating on ring culture and hating on dudes going out there trying to win because they understand legacy talk and whatnot. I just think it's funny how that domino eventually falls. But that's just my opinion. I'm going to have a video out for it in a couple days. Or shorter than a couple days. I'm going to have a video out for it soon. But let's get into this week 4 prediction. Now, the big dog, Henry. I'm going to go over our picks from last week. It's been a busy week. In the week 4 picks and predictions. But, oh, yeah, I'm going to also tell y'all to start this off. There will not be a breakdown for Thursday night football on Thursday night or like Friday morning. That video, me breaking down Thursday Night Football, will be in the video of me breaking down the picks and predictions. Picks and predictions video will have me breaking down also. I'll start that video or that show with me breaking down Thursday night's football game because I work all night Thursday. So I'm going to have to rewatch that game when I come home that night. So I'm not actually going to be able to see that game as it happens. I'm going to have to go back and rewatch the entire game when I get home that night. So it won't be a breakdown for that game until the picks and predictions. It won't be a solo show breaking down that game. That will be involved with the show where we do the week 4 picks and predictions. But Thursday night football, Amazon. Yo, I was talking to my cousin the other day. I don't really got a problem with paying for all these different subscriptions. I ain't rich and I ain't really got the money to be buying all these dumbass subscriptions and shit like that. However, the difference with this Amazon subscription and the reason I haven't bought it, bro, that shit is not like $5.99. Unless I'm mistaken. Unless you can just buy Amazon the Prime Video by itself. But if I'm not mistaken, you got to get Amazon Prime. And that shit like $16-something. If I'm not mistaken. Could be more than that. If I'm not mistaken. I'm not doing that, bro. Especially when the only thing I'm going to be watching is Thursday Night Football. That's not happening. It's not happening. But Detroit is headed to Green. Wait a minute. Let me make sure I'm correct on this one. Let me make sure it is Detroit headed to Green Bay. Because that actually is very important. Yes, the Lions are headed to Green Bay to take on the Green Bay Packers. Still not sure. Okay, so a couple big things. It was important to know where they was playing at. It was also important to know if Aaron Jones was playing, yet I still do not know if this man is playing, if he will play enough snaps, healthy snaps. So at this point, I'm going to just address this as if I don't think he's playing. And that makes a difference because if Aaron Jones is not playing, A.J. Dillon is a good running back, but he is not the same running back without Aaron Jones running with him. He need Aaron Jones running with him. That is a big, that is very important. I really don't want to do this. Okay, so here's the thing. If Aaron Jones play, I actually think the Packers can win this game, but I'm just going off of him not playing. If Aaron Jones is not playing, I do not think the Packers win this game. I think they caught a break last week when Derek Carr went down. But I do think this week, and I'm not even really in love with Detroit's defense, to be completely honest with you. I do think Aiden Hutchinson, Aiden Hutchinson's dance moves is kind of weird to me. I'm not going to lie. I like that the big man can move like that. Not going to lie, though. Kind of weird. They did dominate the Falcons last week. I think they had 7 sacks against the Falcons. That's great. I meant to put Detroit as one of the things in my spotlight players, but I forgot. It's not just spotlighting players, though, for having big standout games. It's also spotlighting, like, units. The offensive unit is usually not a unit I'm going to put in there like, oh, the Green Bay offense. But it'll be like Green Bay rushing or something like that. But the defense, I'm never going to be like the defensive line, unless the defensive line alone get all the sacks. You know what I'm saying? But if the whole unit ball out, the secondary, all 3 phases of the defense ball out, then I'm going to put the defensive unit for whatever team it is. But I'm glad we cleared that up. Great game by the Detroit Lions defense against the Falcons. Now, I know a lot of people are going to immediately say, oh, it's the Falcons. I don't know how many times y'all need to see teams lose to teams they were supposed to beat to understand like anybody can lose in the NFL if you're just not prepared on any given week. So I'm not going to do that. But with that being said, it was the Falcons. So I understand all of that. However, Detroit's defense. Okay, so everybody like to talk about Detroit's offense. I want Detroit's defense to be more consistent. That's what I want. And I think they done started the season pretty good. I'm not going to lie to you. I think the defense done started the season pretty good. Also, hopping back to this Aaron Jones thing, I just want to say a credible source said he was playing in Green Bay. Motherfucker had on had on a sweater, a nice sweater, on the sideline with his chain on. So I just want to say fuck that source. But anyways, I think Detroit's defense has looked good this season. Not great, but they look good. And I understand they played against Desmond Ridder last week. Listen, I'm not trying to tell you that a lemon is an orange. I'm not doing nothing like that. But what I am telling you is it's still tough. Bro, go back and look at Detroit last year. Look at their defense last year. If that don't tell you that they could get burnt by any quarterback in the league, then I don't know what else will. Now, they don't look like the Denver Broncos, who just happened to give up 70 motherfucking points. But shout out to Detroit's defense from last year. It was trash. Listen, this year it looked way better, though. Cornerback play done been decent. Linebacker play done been decent. Obviously, you know the dude who I pay a lot of attention to on this Detroit team right now is Aiden Hutchinson, because I believe if you get a star pass rusher, and shout out to TJ Watt, who I forgot to shout out the other day, who is now the all-time leader in sacks for the, or maybe I did remember to shout him out. So much shit going on in my head, I can't remember. But shout out to TJ Watt. He the Steelers' all-time lead sacker, passing James Harrison. If you don't know who James Harrison is, go check out the Super Bowl against the Steelers and the Arizona Cardinals. Now, and shout out to Arizona, bro. Bro, I don't know what it is. Simplicity to me, probably. I don't know. I love them jerseys they had on Sunday. I don't know what it is, but I was rocking with it. But that's neither here nor there. You know who else got a nice jersey? Green Bay. And I don't get it. I really don't. They haven't changed them shits in a while. And usually I hate jerseys that haven't been changed in a while. But the Green Bay jerseys just fit. They just work. They just look good. Kind of like Chicago. Like, I like Chicago's unis. I don't know what it is. And they both is old unis, but they both just work. But I would never call either of those jerseys swag. They just look good. Swag jersey is Miami. Miami got some of the swaggiest jerseys I've ever seen. But I really like those Arizona jerseys that they had on Sunday. I kind of like the Falcons jerseys also. Nah, I don't. It's the font that always fucked me up. With Detroit, and I don't know how I just randomly divulge into mascot and jersey talk, but for Detroit, I don't like the Detroit Lion logo no more. I think they can do more. This is my whole thing. Your mascot is not even mascot. Your logo is a lion. The name of your team is the Detroit Lions, bro. You could create a fierce type looking lion. Bro, this is supposed to be the new Detroit Lions. What are we doing? You got the Sun God, Amon-Ra St. Brown out there. You got Jared Goff looking good out there. You got Aiden Hutchinson set to be the next all-time pass rusher on this team. For this franchise. Bro, can we please change up this dumbass color scheme of this? For one, I don't like the color blue unless it's baby blue or Carolina blue. So I'm not really a fan of the color blue or dark navy blue like the Bears. I know somebody's going to be like, well, you said you like the Bears. I like the dark navy blue because it's not the same type of blue to me. It's damn near a black. But Detroit, to me, could have better unis, better helmets, better jerseys, pants, everything. Like, the mascot should be changed up. I don't get it. And Ford Field is a beautiful field, in my opinion. I like the brick type layout. I saw a video the other day where this dude said, it was a Madden video where he was telling you how terrible Madden is. I cannot remember the name. I wish I did. He said, this is how the Patriot Stadium looks on Madden. This ain't even how it looked no more. And they showed a picture of how the stadium really looked for the Patriots. And I was like, if this don't show you how lazy Madden is, bro, my God. But let's talk about this game. So because Aaron Jones, I just don't know if he's playing or not. So I'm going to just have to address the game from both angles. If Aaron Jones, to be honest with you, I'm taking the Lions regardless, I think. Even if Aaron Jones play, because he's going to have to get back to, it's a hard call, bro, because the Lions, I do not think are going to get 7 sacks. Now, here's the interesting thing. Green Bay, I know, can go out there and get 7 sacks. Rashawn Gary and all them studs on that defensive line, they got the secondary. Campbell Lee, and that's the thing I like. They got 3 great players at all 3 levels to lead all 3 units. Rashawn Gary is a stud to me. It's a lot of studs on the team, but Rashawn Gary makes no sense, bro. No sense whatsoever. And obviously, you know how I feel about Jair. But it's a lot of dudes on this team that's some stud. The secondary got a lot of great players. I can go on about the Packers defense for days. So the Packers defense going in here having a great game does not scare me. Or it wouldn't surprise me. This is a tough game to pick, man, because so the concerning thing to me right now is how slow the Packers continue to start these games. The Packers continue to start these games very slow. And if they don't have Aaron Jones, then I don't think they'll have a run game either. Because Detroit might struggle at stopping the run here or there. I don't really think they done been terrible, though, unless I just haven't paid close enough attention. Because I done watched multiple Detroit games this year. But I don't think they really done. I mean, obviously the Falcons gonna run a little bit. The Falcons, that's what they do. But so let me tell you how I'm gonna judge it. This ain't one of them situations where I'm gonna be broad with it. I'm gonna actually narrow it down a little bit. Okay. Detroit's defense may not be great at stopping the run to some people. To some people, it may be decent. I don't care about that. I'm gonna use it based off of who they are about to play. If they don't play Aaron Jones, they will be able to stop the run. Not because they're a great run stopper, but because the Packers will not run the ball great without Aaron Jones. They just don't have that speed and elusivity in the backfield without him. If he does play, Green Bay will be able to run the ball. And that will be a problem for Detroit. Because it could be a problem for Detroit. The biggest problem for me right now with the Packers is they haven't put all three phases of the game together throughout an entirety of a game. But it is only week 4 now. And I understand we had that Packers game where they played against the Bears. I watched every single second of that game. That's not a game. And they even started in that game kind of slow, even though Jordan Love looked great in that game throughout the entirety of the game or throughout the duration of that game as the game went on. But I'm talking about from start to finish, putting together a defensive performance, an offense performance, special teams performance, coaching performance. They haven't done it yet. And my deep bias for the Packers is what's making it very hard for me to pick the Lions in this game or to pick them without having second doubts. Because I watch so much Packers football, I know how great this team is. The problem is, the thing that I had to remind myself Sunday is, Aaron Rodgers is not the quarterback. As much as I love Jordan Love, as much faith as I have that he will become a great quarterback, as much as I love Matt LaFleur, as much faith as I have that he is a great offensive coordinator and will figure it out and get back to being a explosive offense, it will take time. It's just simple as that. It will take time. I have to understand that with Aaron Rodgers, because I said that the offense for the Packers over the last couple of years has been a mixture of what LaFleur wanted to do and what Aaron Rodgers wanted to do. What I have to remember is, as good as I know LaFleur's offense to be, it was still things Aaron Rodgers did to make that offense even more seamless, even more great. Jordan Love ain't at that level yet. So those little pieces, those increments of greatness that Aaron Rodgers was able to get out of that offense that another quarterback might not have done, in the sense that the offense couldn't stand, it could stand on its own, but standing on its own only could have gotten it so far. When you plug Aaron Rodgers in, he able to get it to another level. That's going to be missing right now for the Packers. However, because it's a great defense, because it's a great offensive line, because it's a great head coach, because it's just a great organization and team altogether, Jordan Love will be able to go through these bumps in the road and still know that they're going to have a chance to win every single game because it's a great team. I don't know if the Packers will get blown out once this year. Like, they might not win. Obviously, they won't win every game. But I don't know that they'll get blown out at any point in time this year unless they just go out there and Jordan Love have a atrocious game. I don't know if this is the game that he come out and have just a god-awful game. For the simple reason, a couple things need to happen. I understand Love done been in the league for a long time, but you can still get starstruck by the moment, by a player and things of that nature. No disrespect to nobody on Detroit. He not going over there in Detroit and saying to himself, oh my God, look at the stars across from me. He really haven't had that type of moment yet. And I understand some people will say, well, you know, he playing with Aaron Rodgers so that he won't have that. Aaron Rodgers become not regular, but you become used to Aaron Rodgers because you with him every day. I'm talking about a moment where Jordan Love got to go into a game knowing that I got to go toe-to-toe with Pat Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Tua Tagovailoa, Jalen Hurts, the 49ers. Those are, no disrespect to my boy Brock Purdy. Those are the type of games where he get into those games, and as the white boys like to say, palm sweaty, knees weak, arm spaghetti. They love to quote that Eminem shit, and I said it wrong on purpose. But they like to quote that every time a situation come up where it feel like you can insert that line. But we haven't seen Jordan Love in that type of situation. I think it helps that he haven't been put in that type of situation. He won't be put in that situation in the division. It helps that he haven't had to overcome being a starstruck moment, because it's one thing to be a guy that's sitting on the holding the clipboard and you see those guys. It's another thing knowing that you got to go out there and compete against those guys because it's all on you. Like, you play a huge part in your team getting there. So that I know I done said a lot, but that has a lot to do with it. And so getting back to this game, what do they have to do with this game? Well, the Lions don't present that for Jordan Love. So Jordan Love will still be able to go through his ebb and flows throughout this game, but never, I don't think it'll ever get too big. For one, that's because you got great coaching and you got the right stars on this team. Now, I do wish the Packers defense would stop doing shit that could lose them games based off of just themselves. I said it a lot, and it's multiple defenses like this. Like, one of them is the Browns. So much talent on the defense that they do things that beat themselves. It's not even necessarily the other team. It's just them. Like, I expect the Browns to play a good defensive game against Lamar Jackson. But I expect at some point in time throughout that game, they'll do things that could cost them that game against Lamar Jackson, because they just happen to do things at least once or twice a game that can lose them games. The Packers do the same thing at times. They just do this shit where, and it's usually Jair, and I hate to say that because y'all know I love Jair Alexander. I think he the best corner in football. No, he not, Saint. Whatever, bro. Whatever. I think it's a talent when you can be as arrogant as he is on the football field. I don't think he arrogant in life, bro. Somebody with confidence like that does not bother me, bro. I do not feel less than because another man has a confidence in himself that's glowing. I fuck with that heavy. But his arrogance on the field to know I can make any play and I don't give a damn if I give up this play, I'm going to come back and make this next play. I just think that's different. Only players who do shit like that is the best of the best. Now, some people going to be like, well, Darrelle Revis never did it. And that's why Darrelle Revis was getting cooked at the end of his career, bro. Stop it. I'm just playing, but stop it. I ain't mean to disrespect Darrelle Revis, bro. That's on me. That's on me. That's on me. But listen, I do think this is a tough game to pick because if the Packers can run the ball, that will change this game. I don't think it's benefit. Jordan Love, it's a longer game if you cannot run the ball, because you don't want to ask Jordan Love to go out there and throw the ball 30, 40 times. You just don't want to. You really don't want to go out there and ask him to throw the ball 4 times in a row. Excuse me. Now, I know that sounds crazy, but you don't want to have to ask him to do that when you have Aaron Jones. You want to be able, and listen, I actually like the way Matt LaFleur done called the games early for Jordan Love for the simple reason he know he got a great run game, but he don't want this team to continue to, he don't want this team to revert to run first team because he know that's not a Super Bowl. He wants Jordan Love to become a great passer and just have the great running game as the fallback option. So I love the way he coaching this thing. Like, the people who done complained about Jordan Love, oh, he really not that good. This is what you should have hoped Chicago started off doing with Justin Fields. Well, I take that back. That's exactly what they started off doing. They realized they needed to dumb down that offense, and instead of continuously growing from a small offense and expounding, they just started letting him run wild, and now they in a lose-lose situation. The way that the Packers are developing Jordan Love this year, as far as how they call games, I got no problems with it, because at the end of the day, he got to go out there and be able to make the passes. That was my irritation with Lamar Jackson in Baltimore, the way they was calling games. Like, bro, let him go out there and pass. If he fail, so be it. But you can't win games the way that y'all is forcing him to play. You can't. You have to go out there and give him a chance to be able to compete the way he need to compete to win a championship. And I have no problem with how Matt LaFleur has called games. I done seen people say, oh, they throwing the ball a little too much. Bro, I watch more Packers games than you. I'm just tell you that right now. They are doing nothing wrong with how they are coaching up Jordan Love, bro. Listen, I am super biased with Matt LaFleur. I understand that. I 100% understand that. But I'm just telling you, I watch every Packer game, bro, since Matt LaFleur got over. Motherfucker is a great coach, bro. Which brings me to the sadness of seeing my guy Sean McVay lose, bro. I love Sean McVay, bro. He is a phenomenal head coach. The way he turned around this Rams organization don't get talked about enough. The opportunities he done gave out because of his greatness, bro. Like, it's so easy to say a coach was made because of a certain player. I'm so glad Aaron Donald was great before Sean McVay got there. And Sean McVay got there and accentuated everything by showing you, now look at how great I am. Oh, my God. People talk about, like, McVay and Stafford. Fuck that. I talk about McVay and Aaron Donald. That's the real combo. Now, what's so sad, and it breaks my heart every day I think about it. This is how you should know I am dead ass a Ram fan at this point in my life. If we could have only had Todd Gurley for like 3 more years, bro. A healthy Todd Gurley. See, I think the real problem with the NFL with the Rams right now is simply we don't have a superstar running back. And as crazy as that sounds, that is the only thing we're missing. And I don't know why the Rams will not go trade for a superstar running back. They need to do what the 49ers did and realize that is our way to get back. Go and look at Sean McVay throughout his great years of having a top tier offense and go look at, see, you get caught up in all the passing. But what you don't realize is all that passing was off the back of great run game by Todd Gurley. Great defense. That's why I love Matt LaFleur and Kyle Shanahan. Those are 2 brilliant offensive minds, 3 brilliant offensive minds that you know for a fact are brilliant offensive minds who all changed the defense. All 3 of them that had top tier defenses. McVay done had top tier defenses that you could say won him the Super Bowl. The 49ers done had top tier defenses, even though they haven't got to the Super Bowl, unfortunately, with the quarterback situation. And then you look at the Packers, who also haven't gotten to a Super Bowl, but look at the defenses LaFleur done been able to cultivate. When you got 3 offensive geniuses, gurus, who actually deserve that title, you know, because I always talk about dudes who don't deserve that title, Sean Payton, but those 3 dudes deserve it. Look, and Sean Payton deserve it, but I'm just talking this new age thing of guys who you call quarterback gurus, offensive gurus, that is 3 offensive gurus, straight up. Like, if I had to start a team and the first coach I would take as my coach to start my team would not be Andy Reid, it wouldn't be Bill, it would not be Harbaugh. Harbaugh would not even probably be on my list because I kind of think he overrated at this point compared to some of these other coaches who you can clearly see the difference they are making for a team right now. The Mike McDaniels of the world, the Sean Paytons of the not Sean Payton, the Sean McVays of the world, the Kyle Shanahans of the world, the Matt LaFleurs of the world. You can see and listen, John Harbaugh, you can see the difference he made in some aspects when he got to Baltimore. But the more talent he had on that defense, it was harder to see what he was doing. But then you saw him lose that talent and the team wasn't that great anymore. But you could see how he was keeping them afloat because of how great whatever he was doing was keeping them in games, but it never was getting them over that edge. John Harbaugh ain't never put together an offensive squad or offensive system. And I understand he more of a special teams defensive-minded coach. But I'm just telling you, could you imagine the heights that Lamar Jackson could get to if he had one of them dudes as his head? Look at Tua. I knew Tua was going to be great. I didn't know he could be this great until he got Mike McDaniels. But that's what a great offensive-minded head coach can do for you. This is why it's so very hard for me to pick against the Packers against Detroit, though. Because the Detroit Lions, as good as the offense can be, I know it's got to stick to the script. I know the offensive coordinator has to call a good game. Why is that? Because when you are a great offensive coordinator, that's one thing. When you're a great offensive game caller, head coach, that's a whole nother thing. You're not relying on the script now. You done instilled in your team over these years, like, we are a great offensive system. We don't rely on plays. We rely on our system to get us points, to get guys open. That's why Kyle Shanahan is so lethal. You can't pinpoint a play. It's so easy to do that. You try to do that with good offensive coordinators. Look at this play he created. Bro, with great offensive-minded coaches, they create a system. Shout out to Greg Roman. The year that Lamar won MVP, go look at how the system that was in place. That's what, now, far be it for me to tell you that Greg Roman is on the level of them other dudes, but I did want to give him his flowers because he done been great in the NFL. However, look, that's the difference. And so when I look at the Lions, I understand. I like the offensive coordinator. You know, I'm never going to be a big fan of the head coach. When I look at Detroit, what's holding me back right now, they can go to sleep on offense when it ain't all going a part of the script. And it's hard to pick a team that feel like they so script-based reliant. And I understand some people might think that's the Packers right now, but what I would say is that's a first-year quarterback making basically. Jared Goff is not a first-year quarterback. You play the way that I strongly feel, and there's people who not gonna never agree with me with this, but what I would challenge you on is if Eric Bieniemy was the head coach of the Lions, they would be averaging 30+ points right now. Or close to 40. Or if they had one of those offensive-minded dudes that I was talking about. Dan Campbell just figuring shit out. He hoping that the offensive dude call a good game. That's not what LaFleur is about to go out there and hope for. He know he gonna pick apart. And that's the difference, in my opinion, when you get an offensive-minded head coach. They don't just change the offense. You become great on offense because you learn how to understand what you're seeing on defense. That's another reason I believe Jordan Love gonna have an advantage. Matt LaFleur can't create a great offense if he don't understand what he's seeing on defense. We just think that they're going out there putting up great numbers, but it's a constant evolution to be a great offensive coordinator, offensive head coach, offensive guru. You got to constantly adapt with the times on what defense is running to try to fuck your shit up, to keep your shit out above the times. That means something. And so, and I know people like, bro, it's just this game, bro. Just break down this game, bro. It ain't that deep. I get all that, but it's a tough game to break down and go past the numbers, in my opinion. Plus, I understand it's a divisional game also. But for me, man, it's a tough one. I'm willing to take an L on this one. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm taking the Packers. They're at home. They have to. I trust the Packers defense. I'm going to just put it to you like this. I trust the Packers defense. I don't have to get on here too much and tell you too much of, well, you know, if the Packers defense does. No. I trust the Packers. There's few defensive units in the league that I trust to the point where I don't need to do too much talking. That's the Packers defense. That's the 49ers defense. That's the Buffalo defense. And a lot of y'all bro, I'm starting to see a lot of people hating on Buffalo's defense. Y'all gotta be drunk, bro. You cannot let your disdain for Josh Allen, which is not deserved, and I don't understand it. Y'all gotta stop letting y'all hate for players dictate how y'all feel about a certain team or their unit. Bro, if you don't watch Buffalo, like, people really thought Buffalo might have lost last week. And I'm like, bruh, clearly we not watching the same games. Because I don't think Buffalo's defense done been the problem this year. We clearly not watching the same games. I think Buffalo's defense look phenomenal. You want to see a defense that ain't living up to expectations? Go look at Washington, bro. But a big thing with Detroit is I'm having a hard time believing that their defense will not only get the same. Now, I don't think Detroit's defense will be able to accumulate the necessary pressure to speed up Jordan Love. However, they could still get pressure because he is young. He's going to hold on to the ball. He going to hold on to the ball. I understand. And I know some people wanted me to talk about Lamar Jackson taking that dumbass sack in overtime. And I meant to address that. It was 3 quarterbacks who actually took dumbass sacks around the same time. Him, Russ, and Tannehill. It was a fourth one, actually. It was another one. 4 quarterbacks. 4 vets, basically. Take 4 just horrendous, stupid ass sacks, bruh. And you want to know why I forgot to talk about that? Because it wouldn't have mattered if John Harbaugh does not let this man go out there and fair catch a fucking ball, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro. Lamar ain't the only one who get paid. That's a problem that I would have addressed if not for the fact that John Harbaugh cost them an easy win at the end of that game. Come on now. Stop playing with me. Also, I would like to say, shout out to Myles fucking Garrett, bro. This dude has been unbelievable. Obviously, I'm going to talk about him a little bit more on Thursday. I mean, when I do the breakdown, because we play the Cleveland coming up. Myles Garrett averaging like 2 sacks a fucking game. He winning Defensive Player of the Year this year if somebody don't pick it up. I'm just telling you right, if they can keep winning, and my goodness, bro, Myles Garrett is insane. And we always knew this. I mean, obviously I said get Myles Garrett and Chubb off of Cleveland. They deserve so much better. But oh my God, bro. Oh my God. Oh my God. And you want to know why I really think about stuff like this? Because Baltimore has yet to go out and get another pass rusher. They do not have a Terrell Suggs since Terrell Suggs left. Y'all can keep hyping up everybody on the team. I'm not going to disrespect nobody, but they don't have a Myles Garrett. They don't have a TJ Watt. They don't have a Trey Hendrickson. And that is a problem. That is a problem. They do not have the big name. You know he can go get that sack when you need him at the end of the game. They don't have that. They don't have the superstar. Well, they might have the superstar receiver now with Zay. But think about all the years other people in their division already had that, and they didn't. That's the point. But back to Thursday Night Football. Now, to the Detroit fans out there, if you're mad that I didn't pick Detroit, listen, I think Detroit is a good team, and I think they will probably make I think Detroit's going to make the wild card. But every time I watch Detroit, my feeling leaving the game is, man, they could be so much better if they had a different head coach. Like, y'all keep dick sucking, well, not y'all, the media keep dick sucking Dan Campbell for being absolutely great at nothing but yelling and shit. I don't understand. Every time I look at Detroit, I'm looking at a coach just standing out there doing a bunch of yelling and trying to figure out what the fuck going on. That's all I see, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful. But I don't understand how you could be saying, like, bro, people really calling him a good head coach, great head coach. To me, that's just disrespectful to the good and great head coaches that's out there. Like, I'm looking at Matt LaFleur and Kyle Shanahan legitimately have to call games throughout the majority of the game. Andy Reeds of the worlds. Basically, you give Ron Rivera a bunch of credit, even though Eric Bieniemy basically over there calling the games now. And I'm like, bro, how can I sit here and call Dan Campbell a good head coach? He all right. Even that to me kind of crazy. But a good head, man, y'all boys wildin'. But with that being said, I am taking Green Bay. I believe, now I'm going to correct this one if I'm wrong. I'll correct it in the comments. I believe my big dog, Big Dog Henry, the big dog, my guy. I think he also taking Green Bay in this one. Which, yeah, he is. Because when I first saw it and read through it, I was like, because his concern was with Aaron Jones also. Matter of fact, I'm putting this out there. If Aaron Jones don't play, then Detroit probably will win this game. I don't like doing this, but this got to be a tour, bro. Me and Henry both think Green Bay going to win this game. But this is a problem because I picked Green Bay to lose Sunday, and they would have lost that game if not for Derek Carr getting hurt. And I understand that that's something that happened in football games, but that shit is fucking my picks up, bro. And they be forgiving people for them picks in Vegas when bullshit happened on these things. So I'm about to get to the point where I'm finna start forgiving some of these L's on my record, bro, when some of this nonsense happened, like a big time injury. Because there's no way I'm picking the Saints if I had known Derek Carr was going down when he did. It's just no shot. And if I knew for a fact if Aaron Jones was playing or not, that would give me a better understanding of who I wanted to pick. So you're just gonna have to accept it. I'm taking the Packers to win a close game. But if Aaron Jones don't get enough if Aaron Jones is not playing, I'm not, bro. The Packers ain't winning this game without Aaron Jones. Now, let's say he don't play and they win. Well, that's just a win for me too, buddy. But listen, I would if he don't play. Understand? I'll take that as an L because I would have chosen the Lions in that scenario. Even though it would have still been hard for me to pick the Lions because I think the Green Bay Packers are good enough to win without Aaron Jones. It's just because Jordan Love ain't where we want him to be yet that I would prefer them have Aaron Jones. With that being said, though, I appreciate you for joining me on another episode of Kicking It with Saint. I really do. Tell somebody you fuck with them. Tell somebody you love them. You could be anything in the world. Choose to be kind to somebody today for absolutely no reason whatsoever. Go make somebody's day, man. The holiday season is amongst us. I got a lot of ideas. A lot of video ideas. Tell somebody you fuck with them. Tell somebody you love them. Like, subscribe, share. I truly appreciate all the support, man. I love y'all, bro. Saint out.
Hey, right out. Got my niggas in the bag blowing white outs. We gon' bump this shit real deep into the night hours. Keep it 199, just ain't my style. Sing the time, staring out the window of the night route. They never ever understood for the most part. Hey, wonder how them niggas treated Mozart. Hey, did they try to put him on the Zoloft? Oh nah, I was penalized for being too alive. 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 I was